What's up, everybody? Hope everybody's having a wonderful day. There is a lot that needs to be talked about, so let's go. First thing I want to talk to you guys about is what happened last weekend. On Saturday, all five former living U.S. presidents, President Barack Obama, Clinton, Carter, and both the Bushes, came together for a relief concert to aid victims of Hurricane Harvey, Irma, and Maria. Now, the event was called Deep from the Heart, the One American Appeal, and it was held at Texas A&M, which is also the home to the Presidential Library of George H.W. Bush. Now, the concert, it has so many musical guests such as Sam Moore, Yolanda Evans, Len Lovett, and special guest Lady Gaga. And after all five of these presidents, took the stage at the event, Clinton stepped up. He went to give the remarks and everything. Meanwhile, funny thing behind him, the younger Bush, he made an unknown comment to Obama, and Obama, he was just laughing the whole time. He couldn't just help but stop laughing and everything along the way. Now, they raised at least $31 million to donate, and that is a lot. And they are planning on raising more, and I commend them, and I applaud them for that. Sometimes you have certain presidents, you say, nah, blah, 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 that kind of thing. And these guys actually went out their way to actually help make an impact for these people. Now, when you think about this, you ask, what happened with Trump? Well, here's the thing. Trump may been there video-wise, but he actually was playing golf. Yeah, he was out playing golf while this was going on. So, what does that mean, people? I think you know, okay? I think you know from what I'm going to say, okay? But I'm just saying. Second thing I want to talk to you guys about is Gold Star Sergeant LaDavid Johnson. If you guys don't know about the story, him along with 3 other U.S. Army soldiers were killed this month in Niger, and people are trying to figure out what in the world happened. Now, there's a difference. There's another thing to this. The widow of LaDavid Johnson, she got a call from Trump along with congresswoman, my apologies, and general, and they were actually talking about LaDavid and everything on the way, and she got sad because Trump said something. He said that her husband knew what he signed up for, but it hurts anyway. What the hell? He basically said he knew what he signed up for to the widow, to this congresswoman, and this general, along with the driver. And that just, it is so horrible to hear about this. And along with that, the widow, they already have a child, and actually have another child along the way, and she is 6 months pregnant, guys. 6 months pregnant. Now, Sergeant LaDavid Johnson, he was 25 when he was killed. It was described as a advise and assist mission in Southwest Niger. Now, the Defense Department identified the other slain soldiers as Staff Sergeant Brian Black, 35, Staff Sergeant Jeremiah Johnson, 39, and Staff Sergeant Dustin Wright, 29. Now, people are trying to figure out what really happened between this phone call with Trump and Johnson and the congresswoman and everything along the way. And so she actually went on to Good Morning America, LaDavid's wife, and she said what really happened during that talk and everything along the way. And you guys should check out just a little bit of it and tell me what you think.
President.
I didn't say anything. I just listened.
But you were upset when you got off the phone.
Oh, very, very upset and hurt. Very. It made me cry even worse.
Congresswoman Wilson reported that, and you explained she was in the car with you.
Yes.
She's been close to your family for a long time.
Yes. Yes. Miss Wilson, my uncle-in-law was Miss Wilson's elementary school principal. And my husband was in her 5,000 role model program. That's why she's well connected with us, because she been in our family since we were little kids.
The president said that the congresswoman was lying about the phone call.
Whatever Miss Wilson said was not fabricated. What she said was 100% correct. It was Master Sergeant Neal, me, my aunt, my uncle, and the driver, and Ms. Wilson in the car. The phone was on speakerphone. Why would we fabricate something like that?
And so basically, here's what we know. So the 4 soldiers died on October 4th, and they were ambushed by around 50 ISIS militants. And the defense attorney said that they, quote unquote, was a result of hostile fire on a reconnaissance mission. Now, according to the report about Johnson, he died on October 4th. However, his body wasn't recovered by U.S. personnel until October 6th. Now, reportedly, Sergeant Johnson's body was found nearly a mile away from the ambush in Niger, and there was no explanation to it. So it's kind of weird. Now, and also, according to military officials to the Pentagon, they are looking at more details as to what happened to Sergeant Johnson and how he was separated from the 12-man team. You know, it's kind of weird and everything along the way. Now, both military officials from Niger saying that the group was attacked after chasing down Islamic insurgents. However, the American military office said that they weren't chasing them and that they noticed the ambush. So people are trying to figure out what in the world really happened in Niger. You know, it's kind of scary and kind of weird at the same time. But people are trying to figure out what actually happened. You know, I don't know what happened, and it just bamboozles me and everything along the way. But I would like to know what happened to Sergeant Johnson and to all these other soldiers who were killed in this ambush in Niger. And then finally, I want to talk to you guys about, you know, Hollywood in a way. You know, we have so many great actors, actresses, producers, that kind of thing. And, you know, there's a lot of sexual harassment going on. Now, if you guys haven't seen my last video, I talked about Harvey Weinstein and how, you know, he was, you know, sexually harassing 51 women throughout his whole time as a producer, as, you know, director, that kind of thing. Now, we found out that there is another a director out there as well. His name is James Toback. Now, James Toback, he is a 72-year-old screenwriter and director. He did The Pickup Artist, he did Two Girls and a Guy, he did Tyson, and he did so much more. However, he sexually harassed 38 women, and people are trying to figure out, wait, what? Like, what the hell? Yeah, he actually did this, according to these 38 women. So it just was like Weinstein. So he would have private talks with them, talking about how they can become famous and everything along the way. Then, you know, afterwards, he had a different way of perspective. He actually started dry humping, or he would like masturbate until, you know, he was completely talking to that person and everything along the way. Adrian LaValle said that Toback tried to dry hump her, then ejaculated in his pants, and that she also added that she felt like a prostitute and utter disappointment to myself, my parents, my friends, and I deserve not to tell anyone. And then Sarah Cohen said that Toback he told her to meet her at Central Park. He took her to a secluded area. He took down his pants and started humping her leg while he told her to look him straight in the eyes. That's just fucked up in so many ways. And she was shocked because she didn't know what to do, and that's what she said. She said she was shocked and that she had no idea what to do. She thought if she resisted, it would get worse. He could overpower me, and that he could, and that, you know, who knows what would happen. And then afterwards, he ejaculated his pants, and they just separated from each other. And he did this to 38 women, y'all. Now, when asked about this to Toback, he said that he doesn't know anything about this and that he has no recollection of it. Really? Seriously? Seriously? Okay. And, you know, he said, you know, he goes on talking about, oh, you know, I have diabetes and I have a heart condition that requires me to take medicine at, like, happening over the last 22 years and everything. I'm just, what? Seriously. And the person who spoke out the most about this was James Gunn. James Gunn, the director of Guardians of the Galaxy. And, you know, he said that Toback used to do this to 3 of the girls that he dated. 2 of them he dated, and 1 of them was a family member twice. It's Just listen. He used the same stupid line over and over to these women, and Toback was like, "Oh, you're gonna be famous, blah blah blah," and continue on. Gunn was saying that he knew that it was their choice whether or not to become public with it, and that he kept talking about it for the last 20 years. But people did not listen because they were like, "Oh, I want to go see this, I want to go see that," because Toback, he came out with this. Yet no one was listening as to what Gunn was saying. And once this happened, most people were applauding Gunn for what he did, and then some were criticizing him, saying, "Oh, why didn't you tell us about this sooner?" He did for 20 years, people. Do you not listen? But I'm just, for me, this is a lot to bear and to listen to, because I would love to be in the entertainment business as a famous actor, and I don't want to deal with all this craziness along the way. But you guys, tell me what you think about this. Tell me what you guys think about the whole, about the hurricane relief. Tell me what you guys think about Gold Sergeant LaDavid Johnson. Tell me about what you guys think about Toback. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Let the people know I am out there for y'all. I love you guys no matter what. If you guys need somebody to talk to, I'm there for you. Okay? And with that being said, I love you guys. Peace out.